Time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Friday, August the 12th, 2022, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Church service for Jerry Neil Hicks, 86 of Lubbock, former longtime Muleshoe resident, is scheduled for 11 o'clock Tuesday morning, August 16th at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe with Dr. Stacey Connor officiating. Jerry died Tuesday, August the 9th in Lubbock. He was born in a farmhouse on December the 29th, 1935 in Afton, Texas, to Thomas Biddy and Martha Pinckney Patterson Hicks. He married Mary Surratt in Muleshoe on January the 30th, 1982. Jerry graduated from Patton Springs High School in Afton in 1954. He moved to Muleshoe in early 1955, and in November he enlisted in the U.S. Air Force, where he spent 21 years. He married Shirley Matesian in 1961, and they had 3 children, Deborah, Jeff, and Mark. While in the Air Force, Jerry flew as a navigator, then as a fighter pilot. He served in several stateside and worldwide assignments and flew jet fighters in combat in the Vietnam War. Jerry received his bachelor's degree from the University of Nebraska at Omaha in 1969. He retired from the Air Force in 1976 with the rank of major and returned to Muleshoe. In 1978, Jerry joined the Muleshoe Police Department, where he served for 3 years. After marrying Mary in 1982, he became a deputy for the Bailey County Sheriff's Office in Muleshoe. In 1988, Jerry was elected sheriff of Bailey County and served for 9.5 years, retiring January the 1st, 1998. After retirement, Jerry served as a city councilman for the city of Muleshoe for 3.5 years. He and Mary moved to Lubbock in December of 2002, where they resided until his death. Jerry was a Christian, a Mason, a member of the First Baptist Church of Lubbock, and the Downtown Bible Class in Lubbock. He is preceded in death by his parents and a stepson, Gary Watkins. Jerry is survived by his wife, Mary, a daughter, Deb Hicks of Cedar Park, Texas, 2 sons, Jeff Hicks and his wife, Christine of Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, Mark Hicks and his wife Rebecca of Austin, a stepson, Dr. Randy Watkins and his wife Kelly of Keller, Texas, his brother Tommy Hicks and his wife Karen of Grand Prairie, 2 sisters, Rosemary Smith of Lasbuddy and Corlin Jarman of Lubbock, 9 grandsons, 3 granddaughters, and 3 great-grandsons all survive him. Condolences may be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. Please keep the family of Jerry Hicks on your prayer list. Again, today the funeral service will be 11 a.m. Tuesday morning, August 16th, at the First Baptist Church here in Muleshoe with Dr. Stacey Connor officiating. Jerry was 86 and, of course, had moved to Lubbock. Please keep this family on your prayer list today. Jerry was a great guy, wonderful sheriff, and a great veteran, and served during the Vietnam War as a fighter pilot. If I remember correctly, he flew the F-100 fighter jets in the Vietnam War. Church service for Landon Hill Wilson, 35 of Sudan, is set for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Saturday, August the 13th, at the Sudan Church of Christ, with Terry Wilson, his father of Sudan, and Chris Johnson of Lubbock officiating. Burial will be in the Sudan Cemetery. Landon went to be with the Lord on Monday, August the 8th in Littlefield. He was born September the 15th, 1986 in Abilene to Terry and Deanne Roberts Wilson. He married Haley Hammock in Littlefield on April the 16th, 2016. Landon was a member of the Sudan Church of Christ. He was the most amazing, loving, and caring husband, father, son, brother, uncle, brother-in-law, and friend. Landon's first priority was loving God, honoring Him, and spreading Jesus' love to everyone. His family was the most important thing to him. Landon coached at Lubbock Baseball Academy, 11 and under team and loved each of his boys like his own. His favorite thing to do was throwing bullpen to them and calling pitches at the games. He was a chemist at Excel for 12 years. He is preceded in death by his grandparents, Margaret Slayton and Doyle Roberts, and Sam and Bonnie Wilson. Landon is survived by his wife Haley, two sons Cooper Hammock Wilson of Sudan and Breck Wilson of Lubbock. His two daughters, Cambry Wilson of Sudan and Bentley Wilson, also of Sudan. He is survived by his parents, Terry and Deanne Wilson of Sudan, his sister Kinsey Green and her husband Red of Lubbock, his two nieces, Tierney Green and Adeline Rivera, and two nephews, Jace Green and Tristan Rivera, his mother-in-law and father-in-law, Michelle and Lindsay Hammock, and two sister-in-laws, Shayla Bozarth and her husband Jeff, and Ansley Rivera and her husband Cisco. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Sudan Church of Christ, 402 Main Street, Sudan, Texas, 79371, or the Lubbock Baseball Academy, 4305 North County Road, 1700, Shallowater, Texas, 79363. Online condolences can be made at ellisfuneralhomes.com. And repeating, church service for Landon Wilson, 35 of Sudan, is set for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, Saturday, August 13th, at the Sudan Church of Christ, with Terry Wilson of Sudan, his father, and Chris Johnson of Lubbock. Officiating burial will be in the Sudan Cemetery. Please keep the family of Landon Wilson on your prayer list today. Such a tragedy, so young, and a wife and children. Please keep them and his parents and a sister all on your prayer list today. Funeral mass for Fidelina D. Camarina, 79 of Muleshoe, was held last week on Friday, August the 5th at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Muleshoe. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Fidelina died on Monday, August the 1st in Lubbock. She was born March 10th, 1943 in La Hacienda de Providencia, Durango, Mexico, to Sebastian and Carmen Nahara Diaz. She married Mario Camarina in Chihuahua, Mexico on September the 28th, 1967. Fidelina was a member of the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Muleshoe. She was preceded in death by her parents, a sister, Carolina Cortez, and her brother, Manuel Diaz. Fidelina is survived by her husband, Mario, her son, Leonel Camarina Sr., and his wife, Rosa of Muleshoe, her daughter, Maria Mendoza, and her husband, Ramon of Muleshoe, her sister, Socorro Mendez of Carlsbad, New Mexico, her brother, Carlos Diaz of Roswell, her two grandchildren, Samantha Casas and her husband, Pedro, and Leonel Camarino Jr. and his wife, Clarissa, two great-grandchildren survivor, Adelina Casas and Yareli Casas. Please keep the family of Fidelina Camarina on your prayer list. Again, 79 in Muleshoe. Her funeral mass was last week on Friday, August the 5th at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church. Burial followed in the Muleshoe Memorial Park. Please keep the Camarina family on your prayer list today. Well, we exchanged texts earlier in the week on Wednesday with Robert Bristow, and he informed us that his father, Wayne, had died recently, and we've asked for an obit, and they're going to get us one, but they do not have it quite ready yet. That's why I waited all the way till Friday to do our Muletrain, but we still don't have an obit as of this morning, Friday morning, for Wayne Bristow. But, of course, Wayne Bristow grew up here in Muleshoe, and if I'm not mistaken, his father cut hair at a barber shop on Main Street. And, of course, Wayne graduated from Muleshoe High School and went on and became a worldwide Baptist evangelist. And for many years in the late 90s and early aughts, he did a program here where he reminisced about growing up in Muleshoe in the 50s. And it was a program called A Sentimental Journey. I found a lot of those old tapes and tried really hard this morning to digitize them from the analog tape. And our equipment that we've always done things like that on just doesn't get used much anymore and has gotten so old I can't get it to work. So I'll work on that for another Muletrain, and we'll have a sentimental journey or two program that we'll share with you, and we'll remember Wayne Bristow together as he reminisces on this program that ran in the late 90s here on Channel 6. He also wrote a book, 18 Miles from Earth, about growing up here in Muleshoe, and maybe another one, maybe did a second book called A Sentimental Journey. But anyway, we'll have the full obit for you coming up in a future Muletrain news. I did find a bio on him. In the Conference of Southern Baptist Evangelists, he was dedicated to their Hall of Faith class of 2008. It says, when Wayne Bristow answered God's call to preach, he immediately had a desire to go beyond the West Texas and eastern New Mexico horizons of his youth. He was a 16-year-old high school student, stocking shelves and sacking groceries at a local supermarket. He remembers arranging cans on the shelves while daydreaming of being in places he had only read about or seen in books, magazines, or movies. When missionaries and well-traveled evangelists visited his home church, he listened intently to their stories. He maneuvered for opportunities to speak with them personally or to be at a table where they were eating. He followed closely the expanding ministry of Dr. Billy Graham and thrilled as people around the world responded to the gospel. He deliberately cultivated relationships with people who were from different languages and cultural backgrounds. He persisted in this even when it meant kicking against the deep-rooted prejudices of those he loved and respected. He wanted to go farther, see more, and do more. Well, Wayne Bristow remarked about his evangelism ministry around the world. Dreaming about doing something is one thing. Actually doing it is something else. Only in the doing will you discover if you are really hardwired for this. Some people dip their toes in the surf and never venture into the ocean. Others are compelled to go into the deep. A person will not know how he will respond to combat until he is in the heat of battle. Wayne founded Total Life International Ministries in 1993 before beginning his work with Total Life Ministries. He had served as pastor of a local church for 3 years, spent 19 years in an itinerant ministry of evangelical preaching, served for 5 years as an associate director of the Volunteers and Missions Department of the Foreign Missions Board of the Southern Baptist Convention. He also served almost 8 years as the director of the Evangelism Department for the Baptist General Convention of Oklahoma. In addition to his preaching and teaching ministries, Wayne is also an author. Wayne is a 1960 graduate of Wayland Baptist College in Plainview. Wayne Bristow is a veteran of over 50 years of active ministry. During this time, he has preached and taught on 5 continents and throughout the United States. Whether teaching or preaching, Wayne blends an up-to-the-minute awareness of current events with strong Bible exposition. And that's from the Southern Baptist Conference of Southern Baptist Evangelists. He was dedicated into the Hall of Faith class of 2008. And, of course, Wayne grew up here. And I think his first church was out, if I'm not mistaken, was the Longview Baptist Church just south of town, about 10 miles. And he was married to Robbie. She died last summer in 2021. And he has a son, Robert, and he informed us earlier in the week that Wayne had died. But we'll get you a full obit and reminisce with some old sentimental journey programs that he did here back in the late 90s in a future Muletrain coming up later in August. Keep the Bristow family on your prayer list today. Well, we've been busy this week. You can go to the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, and we have the live stream from Monday's Muleshoe City Council meeting. The Muleshoe Water Park has closed this week for the season, and Ramon Sanchez mentions the city manager that they had a lot of trouble with staff this summer, and so they closed a little bit early at the Muleshoe Water Park. They also did the last movie in the park this past Thursday evening, but you can see that entire Muleshoe City Council live stream for the month of August. They're meeting on the front page of our website, MuleshoeTV.com. The Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association will have their annual meeting, which they'll continue to do as a drive-through for their members, Tuesday, August the 23rd, from 4:30 until 6:30. They'll have an attendance gift and a box-to-go meal. They will also vote for board members. Voting ends at 6:30 p.m. sharp. No access to the drive-through line after 6:30 p.m. So make sure to be there between 4:30 and 6:30 Tuesday, August the 23rd. And, of course, their offices are at 610 East American Boulevard right here in Muleshoe. And they'll line up there at the back of the building and go through the please enter from the south gate and exit from the west gate behind the building at Bailey County Electric, 610 East American Boulevard. Again, their annual drive-through meeting will be held Tuesday, August the 23rd, 4:30 until 6:30, and all members are invited. You'll get an attendance gift and a box-to-go meal. Voting ends at 6:30 p.m. sharp at 610 East American Boulevard. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just a few moments, so please stay tuned. This edition of the Muletrain is brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Hey Muleshoe, I'm Julia Reynolds, and whenever I come to town to visit family, I always choose Leal's Mexican Restaurant, preferably more than one. My favorite is the Laura Special with extra queso. It gets no better than that. The original Leal's Mexican Restaurant is located at 1010 West American Boulevard, where you can dine in with the Leal's family's authentic dishes or carry out by simply calling ahead at 806-272-3294.
Brand new on the menu at the original Leal's right here in Muleshoe is the Sun Salad. Try it today. Crisp romaine mixed with fresh corn, red onion, red bell pepper, feta cheese, and grilled chicken with a beautiful sun dressing. The Sun Salad available now at the original Leal's right here in Muleshoe, Texas. Well, also brand new on the front page of our website, MuleshoeTV.com. You can see the back-to-school faculty staff meeting for the Muleshoe Independent School District, and we have the first half of that meeting up on the front page of our website. They give service awards and do a lot of raffles, door prizes for the staff and faculty. You can hear guest speaker ENMU history professor and broadcaster over in Portales, Doc Elder, speak and get the staff ready for the coming school year. They also announced that the Muleshoe High School principal, Cindy Basir, is the Texas Classroom Teachers Association Administrator of the year. So a big congratulations goes out to Cindy Basir, the MHS principal, named to the Texas Classroom Teachers Association Administrator of the year for 2021-22 school year. From the TCTA, Muleshoe High School principal Cindy Basir was recently selected as the Texas Classroom Teachers Association 2021-22 Administrator of the year. The Texas Classroom Teachers Association is a professional association for teachers and other classroom professionals. Annually presents the award to recognize TCTA members and other educators for excellence and outstanding service to the association and public education. Basir was nominated by the Muleshoe Classroom Teachers Association, the TCTA's local affiliate in the MISD. She has been an educator for nearly 30 years and has been the principal at Muleshoe High School for 4 years. Quoting, under the dedicated leadership of Mrs. Cindy Basir, the morale, the environment, and most of all, student success at MHS have all increased leaps and bounds. Mrs. Basir is the epitome of hard work and devotion and truly leads by example. Her actions mirror the high standards she has for herself as well as for the students and staff at MHS. Muleshoe CTA President Valerie McCamish wrote on her nomination form, among the successes seen at Muleshoe High School under Basir's leadership is the school's recent nomination as a National Blue Ribbon School for closing achievement gaps as it works to help students prepare for college and their futures in the workforce. Praising Basir for working alongside the faculty, Muleshoe CTA said she treats teachers and staff with professional courtesy and constantly seeks input from staff on the many decisions that are made daily. They cited her willingness to include teachers on a committee to hire an assistant principal and appreciate the freedom they are given to select professional development that matches their interests. Basir also supports many school and community groups by attending events on a regular basis, even serving as the cheer team sponsor during part of the 2021-22 school year. She volunteers to drive for Meals on Wheels, attends our local chamber and Rotary Club meetings to spread the word about what great things are going on at Muleshoe High School, McCamish wrote. She's a true ambassador for us in all we do. The 2021-22 statewide awards were judged by members of the TCTA's executive board. One judge said Basir stood out from the others nominated because she goes just her regular duties and clearly leads by example. Another said she sounds like someone I'd love to work for. I always admire administrators who remember what it's like to be in the classroom and who don't hide in an office. With her willingness to go the extra mile to support students and staff, Cindy Basir is an excellent example of what a good administrator should be. And congratulations. See that award. They give her a lot of bouquets of flowers there at that faculty staff meeting, and see that on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, as Cindy Basir was named the Texas Classroom Teachers Association Administrator of the Year for 2021-22 school year. Well, another one of our videos preparing for the school year to start. The students start for the 2022-23 school year this next week on Wednesday, August the 17th, here in the Muleshoe School District. We have a video of all of the new teachers and staff in the Muleshoe schools, and you can see that video on the front page of our website as well, muleshoetv.com. There, Katie Palmer, who's at MHS and is an ag teacher. Brandon Carger, history and English professor at high school. Brant Davis, who's a PE coaching football, basketball, and track as well at high school. Johnny Baca, who's teaching Spanish and ELL. Hillary Berkey, who's an English teacher. Chrissy Bass, an English teacher as well at high school. Bianca Jasso, an educational aide at high school. Gregory Ammons is the new assistant principal. He's the MISC girls coordinator for athletics and the girls varsity basketball coach. He's not in our teacher video, but later on today we will release our Meet the Mules program, and he is introduced in that program, so you can see meet Gregory Ammons there. Really nice guy. Again, he's going to be the new MHS assistant principal, girls athletic coordinator, and the girls varsity basketball coach. At Watson Junior High School, Hector Lopez is the new boys athletic coordinator. Gentry Doolittle will be teaching history, coaching baseball, football, and basketball. Bailey Doolittle will be at junior high teaching science and coaching girls basketball and track. John Chavez is the new social studies teacher at Watson Junior High School. Zoe Apodaca is an educational aide at junior high. And Crystal Lozano, a secretary at junior high. Debbie Vinson is a third grade reading teacher at DeShazo. Christine Baca, 3 through 5th math resources at DeShazo. Dawn Ramakers is a speech therapist at DeShazo. Desiree Sanchez is an educational aide also at DeShazo. Kayla Thomason is new at Dillman and working in special education. Keely Medford is also at special education at Dillman. Adele Davis is a second grade teacher. Claudia Mendoza is a pre-K teacher. Natalie Diaz, second grade teacher. Sarah Regalado is a first grade teacher at Dillman. Chaselyn Leisure is also a first grade teacher. Felicia Ruvalakava is an administrative secretary on the Hill. And Haley Anzeldua, who is not in our video, she is also at Dillman as an educational aide. So see that video, MuleshoeTV.com. And as I mentioned, we will have Monday evenings Meet the Mules program in its entirety up, available later on this Friday afternoon for you to watch. You can meet the MHS cross-country teams along with the cheerleading squads. The mini mule cheerleaders camp all do cheers and dance, along with the JV Muleshoe Mules football team and the varsity Muleshoe Mules football team. Also, the MHS band and all of them are introduced at Meet the Mules from this past Monday evening. With, of course, the athletic director is the MC, Jason Richards. The very first scrimmage for the Muleshoe Mules will be today, August the 12th, Friday, August the 12th, beginning at 6 p.m. here at Benny Douglas Football Stadium. So head out and see the Mules take the field for the first time in their first scrimmage versus the Dimmitt Bobcats. 6 p.m. at Benny Douglas Stadium this evening. So good luck to the Mules as they'll have that scrimmage. Another scrimmage next week, August the 18th. They'll scrimmage at Toyah versus Wellington at 6 p.m. and then kick off the regular season with the non-district matchup for the first time versus Littlefield, as Littlefield has dropped down to 3A Division II. And we will be in action at Littlefield on Friday, August the 26th at 7 p.m. Of course, we will be broadcasting all of the regular season games this season, so look for that coming up through the rest of August. Meet the Mules comes up, MuleshoeTV.com later this Friday afternoon, so look for it there. Also on our Gillam Channel 6 Muleshoe Facebook pages, our Twitter feed, Channel 6 Muleshoe, and our YouTube channel, Gillam Advertising. Well, it's time now for the weather forecast here on MuleshoeTV.com, brought to you today by K&K Pharmacy, located right here in Muleshoe, your locally hometown home-owned pharmacy, 1411 West American Boulevard. See pharmacist Christine Isaacson or any of her helpful employees. You can also call 806-272-7511. You can come in the store. They can deliver to your home here in the Muleshoe area, or you can use their very convenient drive-through on the west side of the building. They're having a back-to-school sale. All corksicles are 15% off for the month of August, so come and get your new water bottle or coffee mug for the 2022-23 school year. They can also customize it with your name or your school mascot on the side. They also remind you to get all of your kids' back-to-school vaccinations and shots available now at K&K Pharmacy as well. They remind you to build healthy eating habits for your kids, as back-to-school time is a good time to start new routines. Start with breakfast, make meal times a priority, get kids involved, make gradual shifts to healthier foods, limit sugar, and makes fruits and vegetables more appealing. That way you can have a great 2022-23 school year. Call K&K Pharmacy, 806-272-7511. Come in at 1411 West American Boulevard, or they can deliver to your home here in the Muleshoe area, or use their convenient drive-through on the west side of the building. K&K Pharmacy, your locally hometown home-owned pharmacy. See Christine Isaacson, the pharmacist, or any of her great helpful employees. Well, we have cooled down from some of the extremely high temperatures we've had so far this summer, but we just haven't had all that much rain. We've been so close so many times over the past 3-4 weeks, but we end July here at the National Weather Service station here at Channel 6 in our backyard with 1 inch and 99 100, so right at 2 inches for the month of July. The Earth Mesonet station was way worse, as they only got a quarter of what we got at 47 100ths of an inch. The Muleshoe Mesonet Station, 2 miles south of town, got an inch and 57 100ths for the month of July. For the year, that puts us at 4 inches and 99 100ths as of today, August the 12th. At the Earth Mesonet Station, the Muleshoe Mesonet Station has 5 inches and 47 100ths on the year. So we're way, way behind the 8 ball. Our average is usually at the Muleshoe Mesonet Station 17 inches and something on the year, and we're only about a third of that, or a quarter of that, to be quite honest. 5 inches and 47 100ths on 2022 so far as of August the 12th. Our average high was 97 during the month of July. Our average low was 66. So far in August through 12 days, our average high is lower at 95, and the average low is 67. The National Weather Service station here at Channel 6 so far in August has 18 100ths of an inch of rain in August so far. And anyway, we need to do much better, and we will have some chances, as we'll have some slight chances of rain that will creep into our forecast beginning next week. But so far this weekend, it will be warm and hot and dry. But looking at the 7-day forecast for Muleshoe, 94 will be the high this Friday afternoon, and sunny conditions, east-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, mostly clear. Friday night, low around 62. Sunny on Saturday. Tomorrow, beginning the weekend, high near 94 again. South-southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming southeast in the afternoon. Saturday night, mostly clear, low around 66. Southeast winds around 10 miles per hour. Sunny on Sunday, high near 94 degrees. South-southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Then mostly clear Sunday night, low around 67. Sunny on Monday, high near 95 degrees. South-southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Then Monday night, mostly clear, low around 67. Tuesday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon hours. Sunny, high near 94. Otherwise, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming south-southeast in the afternoon. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms Tuesday night. Partly cloudy, low around 65. Wednesday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny, high near 90 degrees. Wednesday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms again. Mostly cloudy, low around 64. Thursday next week, a chance of showers and thunderstorms also during the day on Thursday. Mostly cloudy, high only around 83 degrees. So we're going to look for a much nicer week next week with cooler temps, and then rain chances moving from Tuesday through Thursday. K&K Pharmacy has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast. We also want to mention, along with all the movement and new teachers going on in the Muleshoe schools, that we were glad to see that David Sturdivant has been promoted to take over the Muleshoe baseball program. And, he coached and taught in Muleshoe High School for a while, and then moved over and was, I believe, a fourth grade teacher as he worked on a certificate, administrator certificate. But he was named the new Muleshoe Mules baseball coach, and that also gets announced in our Meet the Mules program that we'll have up later today on Friday afternoon. So congratulations to David Sturdivant. He's the new Muleshoe Mules baseball coach. Well, I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to be out of town for most of next week, getting out while I can before the football season starts. And so we will not be doing the first day of school interviews for this school year, but I really need to get out and do something, and so I will be out of town most of next week. But again, the first day of school in the Muleshoe ISD for all 4 campuses is this coming Wednesday, August the 17th. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center reminds you to get vaccinated. Muleshoe for you, your family, your community, and for Muleshoe. If you want to get vaccinated, you can call 806-272-4524, and any of their clinics can offer you vaccinations. Again, call 806-272-4524. They also remind you that they have a great swing bed program available through the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Continue your recovery close to home. If you or a loved one needs more time to heal after an illness, injury, or surgery, their swing bed program can help. Call the swing bed coordinator at 806-272-4524 or go to their website, muleshoehospital.com/recovery for more information at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Well, keep on your prayer list today Cyrus Dell, who's recently moved from Muleshoe. Also, Vince and Linda Erdman, who is moving to Lubbock from Muleshoe as well. We will miss them. Keep on your prayer lists Ruby Green and Doris Scott. Keep Mom Megan Reynolds on your prayer list today. Remember Janice Snell and Travis and Sue Basir. Connie and Robert Alanis need to be on your prayer list today. Remember Dr. Joby Claiborne, Terry Kemp, Rich Magby, Terry Byers, Gabby Stone, Tina Castillo, Tom and Linda Watson, Dorothy Wire, Kearney Scoggin, Ed and Carol Cox, Carolyn Stovall, Betty Noble, Joe Jinks, Marjorie Morgan, Tyrone Clements, Olivia Barrera. Keep John Blackwell on your prayer list today. Betty Ennis, Cliff Black. Remember, please, the family of Fidelina D. Camarina, the family of Landon Wilson, the family of Jerry Hicks, the family of Hilma Rojas, the family of Jim Young, the family of Pete Hettinga, the family of Saul Sanchez, and the family of Billy Joe Embry. Well, it's just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News programs, along with all our older archived ones, available free of charge on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. Some well-known Comanche chiefs. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
The Sound of Texas is brought to you here on MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, with offices in Muleshoe at 610 East American Boulevard, as well as in Morton at 1744 State Highway 114. They're celebrating rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric since 1939. They are owned by the members that they serve. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out online at BCECOOP.com. The board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope you enjoy this Sound of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Comanche is the county seat of Comanche County, so it's only natural that the high school football team is called the Comanche Indians. One branch of the Comanche Nation is the Penatukas, which were in central Texas.
There were several Penatuka chiefs. Most well known was Santa Anna, for whom the Santa Ana Peaks were named for in Coleman County. Buffalo Hump was a war chief who was well known. There was Old Owl, who was the civil chief of the Penatukas.
Fane McDaniel is a Comanche County historian who says when Spaniards brought horses over, that changed the Comanches' war tactics.
They abandoned a lot of them, and the horses went wild, and the Comanches discovered these horses and found out that they were very good at training them and riding them. The Comanches became the finest light cavalry in the world. They were superb horsemen. They were very adept at being on horseback, riding in full gallop. They would slide over on the opposite side of the horse and shoot with their short bows several arrows before the enemy could even reload. When they would make their raids, they would get barrel bands off of wooden barrels, and they would fashion metal arrowheads, which were very much better. Their arrow shafts were about 26 inches long. And with their short bows, they could fire a lot of arrows in a short amount of time.
Fain says the Penatukas communicated with smoke.
They would smoke signal each other if there was danger coming or they needed to communicate some way. And they used bark or wood from a cottonwood tree because it put up a different type of smoke, like a white-looking smoke, and they could be seen for many, many miles across the country.
Museums and historians are planning a new heritage trail.
We're going to form a new Texas Heritage Trail called the Penatuka Comanche Trail. It'll be similar to the Quanah Parker Trail in the Texas Panhandle and the Texas Forest Trail. It'll be another one of the Texas Heritage Trails. To begin with, it's going to encompass a 10-county area from Concho County to Comanche County down to Gillespie County at Fredericksburg.
Fain McDaniel of Comanche. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.